Let's go over what I read this week. It's Friday, meaning it's time for my weekly reading wrap up. For books that I have physical copies of, I finally finished the Beartown trilogy. I absolutely adored this. I tabbed the absolute crap and highlighted the absolute crap out of this book. Be prepared to sob if you're going to read this trilogy. For my readathon for No King's Day, I read They Called Us Enemy by George Takei. This was really interesting. I learned a lot about Japanese internment that I did not learn in school or in my past life. I also read American Cult, and this is an anthology of stories about different cults. I learned about cults that I already knew about, like NXIVM, Charles Manson, Jim Jones, but I also learned a few new things, which was really interesting, and this is a graphic novel, which makes it really, really digestible. I also read Carmilla, and I really enjoyed this. This is like the original Dracula type of story. I was very into it. I listened to the audiobook and read along. I read The Book of Doors, which I did enjoy. I think this was a little bit different than I expected it to be, but I did enjoy the magical elements of it, and I'm looking forward to reading more of this author's work. I also read Killers of a Certain Age. I think this was probably the oldest book on my physical TBR, which I finally got to. I thought it was all right. I didn't love it, but I didn't hate it. I definitely will read the sequel when it comes out, which I think it comes out later this year. And my most recent finished book is Bury Our Bones in Midnight Soil. I am absolutely in love with this story. I think that V.E. Schwab has such a fantastic way of writing these really gritty and fantastical stories, but making it feel so rooted in reality and so beautiful. And she really made me long to be a vampire, but then in some moments, what the actual heck is going on? I loved it so much. I have tabbed through it. I really just enjoyed it so much. And I just noticed that my book is ripped. For books that I don't have physical copies of, I read Night Watcher. I posted a full review of this and I really enjoyed this. This is a thriller where a woman who was previously affected by a serial killer in her youth that wasn't caught is now being affected by that same serial killer and trying to uncover what's going on. I really enjoyed this. Check out my full review. I also listened to The Ghosts of Gwendolyn Montgomery, and I enjoyed this as well. This is a short story. It's like 200 pages, and it's magical realism. I really liked it. I did also listen to Caught Up by Nevessa Allen. I don't have the physical copy of that one, but I did enjoy this one. I thought it was great. I liked the narration. I think preferred Lights Out a little bit more, but I thought this one was good as well. I also read Odd Body, which is a series of short stories by Rose Keating, and I included this in a 3 review video, so you can check that out if you want more of my thoughts. This is definitely weird literature, weird girl lit fic, body horror type of stuff. There were 2 stories in here that I did not finish because one lost my interest, and the very last story had some animal cruelty that it started to get into, and I don't do that, so I did not finish it. But of the stories that I read, I really enjoyed all of them. They were all really gruesome and weird, and I liked that. I also listened to the audiobook of Monsters and Mainframes, and this is one of the bindery releases for this spring. I really enjoyed this. It's super funky. It's sci-fi, but it has classic monsters in it. I will probably pick up the physical copy as I enjoyed it, and I really like all of the bindery books that they come out with. I also listened to Girl in the Creek by Wendy Wagner. This was all right. I only gave it 2 stars. It did not capture my attention as much as I hoped that it would, but I did listen through it pretty quickly and I enjoyed the story overall. And the last one that I don't have physical copies of is The Library at Hellebore, and I am so excited for this to come out. This is like, if you've seen the movie Monsters University, and when they're in the library and the mean librarian, they can't make any noise. It's like, imagine the librarian was trying to kill you and all of the students have magical powers, and that is this story. It's very gritty, it's very dark, but it's also fantasy. I really enjoyed it, and I'm looking forward to the physical copy being released because I want to do a reread for sure. So that's everything I read this week. Let me know if you've read any of these, what your thoughts are, or if any of these are on your radar now.